All right, hello and welcome back to the Super Metroid Triple Bingo Tournament. This is Al versus idlechild, round number 2 on Server Bar. Or, yeah, Server off, and with me is the Polar Bear Bunny. How you doing tonight?
I'm great. Got all warmed up with game 1. We're now at game 2. That was a quick one, that first game.
It was pretty quick. We see a brand new card there.
Ooh, this one looks worse.
Yeah.
First thing I see, that skip high jump boots tile.
That's a nasty one. Absolutely nasty tile. So, for anyone who's just joining us, this is Super Metroid Triple Bingo. Very simply put, we have a bingo card in the center of our screen. Our runners have to complete any three, row, column, or diagonal of their choosing, and they must do so faster than their opponent. No, they don't have to complete the game. No, they don't have to beat any of the bosses other than the ones required to complete a tile. And, you know, they don't have to pick up a map station or energy recharge station unless they want to. And anything else they have to pick up as it says. Pretty straightforward. They're going to run through Sirius Station as this is started. This is literally the first time they get to see the card. So we're seeing it. They're seeing it. It's fresh in everybody's mind. Oh man, I just don't know. It's interesting that column 3, row 1 has that skip wave beam again, but down at the bottom, in the bottom right corner, is that wave beam tile.
Yeah. So we'll be able to combine those things.
So PBB, being a runner ranked in this tournament significantly higher than me, what? Anybody in this tournament is ranked significantly higher than me. Given that I'm dead last. So what do you think about this card? What is something that you're looking at this? What stands out to you?
Everything is bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the center is bad.
Right.
That center tile is bad. By the way, that is in the finish near Spazer, Charge Beam, Ice Beam, Wave Beam, or Plasma is in those rooms, in one of those 4 rooms.
There are a ton of skip item tiles on this card. Like row 2 there, skipping space jump but having to collect plasma. A little bit annoying there.
Yep.
Only one of wave or charge, so there's a wave beam showing up again. Then the bottom right corner, collect spring ball and skip grapple beam. That means you have to ice clip to shack tool to collect spring ball. You can also x-ray climb if you're so inclined. Well, that's pretty slow. And one more.
Yep.
The skip speed booster in row 4. And collect ice beam.
Yeah, that not very conducive with that row 3. Visit the critters. You're gonna need the speed booster in order to visit the critters. Yep. So, man, there's so much that's mutually exclusive here. The skip wave beam or the collect one of wave beam or charge. There's the wave beam tile. Oh my goodness, you're right. This is great. This is a gross. Collect all 15 Meridia super missiles. Not as bad as the 15 Norfire power bombs we saw on the last card, but oh man, not good. This is not good. If I'm staring at this, I don't know what I do.
I don't enjoy this card.
No.
As a runner. As a commentator, I'm very curious what they have planned. They're interesting things. So, skipping high jump boots tends to trip up a lot of people. Reason being, especially if you are a randomizer runner or viewer, you tend to forget that the terrain is not adjusted to help you out for when you don't have high jump and or ice beam to climb back up Red Tower. So a lot of runners get all the way back up to Red Tower without high jump or ice, and they can't get up it. The wall is not changed that you can wall jump up it anymore.
Yeah, they'll have to do an infinite bomb jump, and if they don't have a good way to get rid of the rippers there at the bottom, it's going to be really, really tough. There's no real good power bomb refill down there if they don't have power bombs or supers to kill the rippers. It's just pretty awkward. That's something that you would encounter in the door randomizer, but yo, who plays that? Only me.
Only Cerberoth.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I fell into the trap, the skip high jump trap, in one of the qualifiers. And I don't know how to ladder bomb jump or double bomb jump. So just the single bomb jumps, it was 57 bombs. 57.
Right. It's slow. It's very,
very
slow.
So
and
bad.
If the rippers get you, it's 57 more bombs. So keep that in mind. It's very, very slow. They're gonna wanna have at least one of Ice Beam or the high jump, or even speed booster, right? It's a ridiculously tight short charge, but you can short charge up there. So, there's Bomb Chorizo for Al. We'll see Idlechild take down Bomb Chorizo very shortly. Not a terribly difficult fight here. Just
Can we see any good on this awful card?
I don't know. I mean, the good is right now for free. They have 2 tiles.
Yeah, if they choose to stick with it, they could go for perhaps Calm 2 with it, since they're gonna want to get Ice Beam anyway for the things that we just talked about.
Yep.
All 40 criteria misses, though. That's.
Yeah,
that doesn't sound terrible, but it kind of is.
It is, because so the 40 criteria missiles includes the 3 missile packs over in West Ocean, 2 at the top, which means you need to access them through attic. The one at the bottom that's in the water. The 2 missile packs at the back of Gauntlet. Like, these missile packs are all over the place in criteria. Of course, there's 230, right? And
Old Mother Brain.
An old Mother Brain. And that's our missile packs there. They're all over the place. Yeah, moat missiles as well. Moat missiles you're gonna run across those if at any point in time you go to the wrecked ship. So those are not that bad. Of course, the missiles under the ocean on West Ocean are not as bad as the 2 up at the top. Because that means you've got to go. The one at the absolute top up in the ceiling of West Ocean is literally the worst. If you don't have Speed Booster, which, by the way, column 2 means skip. It has that skip Speed Booster tile.
Yep.
You're gonna have to do something like an IBJ to get to those, which is also slow. It's like 20 bomb jumps or 20 single jump bomb jumps or something like that.
You could ride the trippers, which is not
slower.
Great without high jump boosts.
Yeah, that's even slower.
If you're doing row 1.
And that's even slower. Riding the trippers. I don't know. None of our runners are going to ride the trippers. I don't know. 8 E-tanks is not too bad. You can go around and collect a good number of E-tanks. It's not the 11 E-tanks we saw in the qualifiers. So somebody pick up 11 E-tanks, which was Herculean in my opinion. So there's Owl's choice of one of Wave or Charge, picking up, frankly, the better Charge. Because you can still pick up things like Spazer Beam and Ice Beam. Those things are not precluded, and you will get the special beam weapon from them as well, which may be useful in some of your fights, depending on what else you decide to do.
Yeah, it's just good security, preventing boss offlux, like Batoon, of course, because how many times have you just ran right into Batoon's room and realized, hey, I don't have charge in a randomizer?
Yeah, too many, especially if you ever decide to try out the door randomizer. That's exactly what's going to happen to you about 100 million times.
Let's see. And there's even like that defeat Crocomire and Dragon tile, and then it's like it seems like such a waste defeating Crocomire if you're not allowed to get Grapple there to get Spring Ball in the other corner. This is just a sad card.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 TLBR. I mean, with that that Spring Ball, I think people are gonna avoid it. BLTR isn't too bad. But that has collect plasma and skip space jump, collect ice and skip speed booster. That's not too terrible. But you know that means you're ice clipping to bot wound. You've got wave beam there in that corner, which means that you can't have picked up charge. You're going to lose that tile. You'll also lose the tile you got in column 3, which is skip wave beam. So it's like, what do I pair that with? 35 power bombs is actually pretty awful, given that there's only 50 in the entire game. So that means you're skipping 3 packs, and it will probably be the 2 packs in Lower Norfair. And then what else do you skip? Right? Do you skip the Crocomire pack? Because that's also probably one that you want to skip. But then you're going to get Criteria power bombs and all the power bombs in Meridia, which includes Watering Hole and da-da-da. So that one's I think that one's a bit of a no-go as well.
Yeah, I don't love it, but I think if I'm these runners, I'm going row 1, row 2, and column 4.
Yeah, that's seems good to me. I'll be honest. I look at this and go, I don't know what I would do. You could. So there's a conversation in chat about visiting the critters without picking up speed booster. You could moon dance to the Decora. The problem is you can then not get out of the Decora pit. So there is that as a thing.
35 power bombs is pretty rough. You're basically just getting all of the power bombs except for the ones in Norfair if you choose that tile.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you could get the Croc one and skip the one in the sand pit. No, like that's a like. But those are your trades, right? Like, there's essentially one to skip, because you're just not gonna get the ones in Lower Norfair, unless you're going wholesale into Lower Norfair, and that means like killing Ridley, and I don't even see Ridley's not on this tile at all. So like I'm thinking nobody's gonna go into Lower Norfair, because there's no screw attack. There's definitely nothing that synergizes with that, except for the row 3 defeat Golden Torizo. But like I don't know. I think our runners want to avoid that as well. Yeah, there's that row 4, column 4, 25 plus power bombs, but that's so much easier than the 35. I don't know. Maybe that's something that our runners are thinking about. All right, there is high jump boots for Owl. He's just, nope, I'm not having
Locked
that.
out.
Yeah.
Another funny kind of combination is that skip high jump with Golden Torizo. So you come down here first, you would have to do a high jump plus lava dive in order to get there.
Oh yeah, that is by no means free. That is incredibly difficult, especially with only 3 E-tanks, which is, if you're going for like the absolute minimum, that's all you can have at that point in time. It's basically the fastest to get to the door there, and yeah, that is very, very hard.
I've seen some instances in the qualifiers where someone had a route planned up and then they accidentally picked up like charge or high jump one of those items that they weren't supposed to, and like reset. Where I think that kind of carries over from double anti-bingo, whereas if you pick something up in your force row, you have to reset. Otherwise, you're DQ'd. But in triple bingo, you could just change your lines.
Yes.
So yeah, the runners can change their lines at any time. We don't even know what they're planning on doing. Sometimes they're in chat and they'll tell us, but they don't have to. But yeah, I could totally see this card though, like, possible that you lock yourself out of any combination of anything. This card is just so finicky with all its skipping things.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Idlechild definitely skipping high jump boost. We see IBJing here to the door to the cathedral here from cathedral entrance. Al coming to the back cave. This is an indicator of going to get some speed booster.
Yeah. So then not doing column 2, but did pick up that Norfair reserve. So maybe row 2 for Owl.
Yeah, Owl has 2 reserve tanks at this point in time, the Brinstar and the Norfair reserve. So the wreck ship reserve is the reserve you don't get. Usually, it's possible with speed booster, Owl can go get it. But normally our runners will go get that Meridia reserve. It's a little bit easier. Again, it's in the sand pits, but it's in the opposite sand pit as the power bombs. So if you were going to do the power bombs and the reserve tank, that's 2 sand pit visits, which means you're going around there twice. So I don't think that Owl's doing that. I think Owl's going to be doing the 3 reserve tanks, and we'll see which of the 4 Owl wants to pick up. I honestly think it's going to be that Meridia one, but someone can make a case to say he'll pick up the wreck ship reserve tank.
I think the wreck ship one probably a bit faster, but if you are planning on getting plasma beam, going through the sand pit is not a bad way to go ahead and collect that reserve and on your way to plasma beam.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, in this case, normally what I'm talking about is when our runners do wreck ship first, right? And they can even get the wreck ship reserve tank at that point in time. So the way Owl has routed this thing out, it might end up being that he goes for the wreck ship reserve, just because it might be faster, and that's why I was saying you could make a case for that. It just depends on where Owl wants to go and how much time Owl wants to spend in each of the areas. So Idlechild can be coming out here. I don't think Idlechild got speed booster either.
Yeah, it doesn't appear so.
Because it doesn't have power bombs, so use the morph ball maze.
Yeah,
Idle got
probably
speed,
gonna.
okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah, that makes
probably
sense.
gonna fight Croc as well.
Yeah. So besides an E-tank, a couple of missile packs and grapple beam.
The power bomb.
Oh, there is a power bomb down here. Yep, thank you. What does that get you?
That gets
grapple
you
beam.
Column 3. Grapple.
Yeah, defeat Crocomire and Dragon. Yeah.
I mean, you could do this and grab the E-tank and the power bomb and leave, and then you're still able to get Spring Ball and skip grapple beam tile. And it looks like that's what Al's doing.
Yeah, grabbing the E-tank and power bombs E-tank and leaving.
Yeah.
Did Al pick up the E-tank? I thought he came in with 3.
He might not have. I just assume everyone picks up that E-tank because it's there.
Yeah, well, there is that 8 E-tanks in column 2. Again, our runners think, again, they do want to balance that every time I pick something up, it's a 7-second delay, right? I've got to wait for that fanfare.
idlechild not picking it up either. That's interesting.
Yeah, they both wanted the Crocomire power bombs.
Yep.
Not unreasonable. Gotta get that defeat Crocomire. So that's a good indicator that they're gonna be doing defeat Crocomire and defeat Dragon. So that's column 3, row 4. I don't like row 4 at all because it has that 60 missiles and 20 supers, and there's nothing else that kind of synergizes with that. 10 power bombs is free. 25 power bombs isn't too bad, but that's in that column, that row 4 or column 4. Column 4, you've got collect plasma, skip space jump, visit the critters. That's the most awkward thing in there.
I think the critters pairs okay with 25 power bombs, though.
I think you're right. I think it does. 25 power bombs. There's 2 power bomb packs at the top of Red Tower. So that and the Crocomire power bombs will give our runners 15. I think they'll pick up both of those, alpha and beta power bombs there. And then we'll see what other power bombs they want to kind of go and pick up. Al going over here to what looks like possibly Big Pink or back over to Morph Ball Room.
Thinking for Owl, perhaps. Column 5, column 4, and row 2. Since he can't do row 1.
Yeah.
And then I think idlechild might be going for row 1, row 2, and column 5.
Well, yeah, okay. That's possible. Idle has skipped both high jump and the wave, right?
Yeah.
He's picked up charge. So
he's gonna have to bomb jump here too, because doesn't have high jump.
Yep.
Hopefully he remembers to pick up ice, so he doesn't have to bomb jump Red Tower. Also.
Yeah. And speed boost. Having picked up speed booster screws up your jump height. So that's you get a little bit of a shorter jump height.
So Al picks up that E-tank. But it is collect all 5 Brinstar energy tanks. So perhaps I'm onto something.
Yeah. There's one more that Al's gonna need there. Oh, watch out there.
Oh no, I don't think those respawn.
They do.
They do? Okay.
They do. They're bombable platforms and they do respawn, but the best place for idlechild to be is actually in the middle of the lava here, sadly. If he stands on this one and does like a horizontal bomb jump up at the top, he'll easily make it.
Yeah.
All right, so Al going for the last E-tank here. That is the waterway E-tank, the easiest E-tank to forget in Brinstar. Also, one of those potential 99%ers if you ever do hundo. Idle really had it there. Just needed to move over just a little bit and get that horizontal bomb jump off of his bomb at the top there.
Yeah, I think you need to hit your left button a little bit closer to the time that you actually lay the bomb and not later.
Yes. Just a little tap.
Just a little one.
Yep, and you'll be right there. All right, so that should be all 5 Brinstar energy tanks for. No, that's 4 of the 5. That's 4 of the 5 because it has picked up a Terminator tank, and that is criteria. Sorry, so it needs hop tank.
And wave gate, because I think he picked up.
Yep, hop tank.
Hop tank.
Yep, that is the name of that room. For the side hoppers.
I like it.
In the room before. Or the previous room. But not the precious room.
Very nicely done by Al there.
Yeah,
that first shot.
It's easier with high jump boots, but that's still super tricky. Here's an Alpha Spark for idlechild.
Do you see what I see, sir? idlechild doesn't have ice.
Nope.
I wonder if he's gonna try a short charge here.
I would hope so.
Looks like it.
this is super, super tight. Really, really tight. Solar refill.
More power to you if you can do this.
I cannot tell you that right now. So if you're gonna double anti-bingo me and it involves this, no ice, give me no ice beam and no high jump boots to make me infinitely power bomb jump, or sorry, infinite bomb jump up this room. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, idlechild climbing up to kind of see where he wants to exactly stand to not run into the top, because that is the worst feeling when you've done all these bomb jumps and you're too far over.
Yep. Idlechild, right about the center here. This is right where you want to be. So Al coming in here down the bottom. Going to be visiting the Edicoons possibly pretty soon here.
I think you might be too far to the left.
You do have to visit...
Just barely.
Maybe. You do have to visit both the Edicoons and the Decora to get the visit the critters. So not just one. I don't think Al has visited the Decora yet.
He did.
He did? Okay. All right. Then the Edicoons coming right up.
They're going to sing to us.
We're gonna get that 101st fanfare.
Hello. Our friends the Edicoons that don't teach us how to wall jump. That's for sure.
Well, because we ignore them. We're good at this.
I fell for it every time as a kid, and definitely took many hours to get myself out of that pit.
You know, if you're not practiced at it, wall jumping can actually be really, really tough in this game. So.
Hey, idlechild is up.
Yep, idlechild did make it up. Go ahead.
You can actually wall jump this part, if you so choose. Not a bad idea to just get the rippers out of the way anyway. Yeah,
my only concern here is Al's ammo. Alright, he's gonna farm the Kago for a little bit. Only 5 regular missiles there, and no supers. But yeah, plenty of power bombs. Alright, I'm gonna destroy a statue here, so that might be that's definitely a column 4. Because there's no other reason to pick up this tile. 25 power bombs. Already has the 10 power bombs. Pretty close to the 25. There's 2 in Red Tower that he can pick up that'll give him the 25. And if he does the collect plasma beam, he'll finish near Spazer Charge, Ice Beam, Wave, or Plasma. So that will be column 3. He'll have defeated Dragon already because you gotta defeat Dragon to pick up Plasma Beam. The only really, really awkward tile in that is, of course, the Visit Criteria Meridia Elevator.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see it.
We will be seeing Thread the Needle if that happens.